Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Trading Show. My name is David.
And I'm the Zen Master, JP.
The Zen Man himself. Welcome back, guys. We were both wrong.
By 80K?
Yeah.
Correct, we were.
We said 80 before sub 70, and well, we were wrong. But we don't feel too bad because like 62% of you are also wrong. Obviously, yesterday, a lot of volatility with Jerome Powell, the FOMC, the meeting. Thank God I canceled my limit long order. Good job, David. Good job. Just an update or kind of a summary of Jerome Powell. Let's take a look here. This is posted by the Kobayashi letter. Summary of Fed Chair Powell's statement. Inflation in the U.S. remains somewhat elevated. Economic implications of the Iran war are uncertain. Near-term inflation expectations have risen due to rising oil prices. Fed's long-term inflation target remains at 2%. Okay. Last year's rate cuts bring rates to, quote, plausible estimates of neutral. So I think a lot of people saw that as they're not going to cut anymore. Higher energy prices will push overall inflation up. The Fed is now what appears to be on a long pause. I saw somewhere that I did not watch the entirety of the press conference, but I did see somewhere that they have committed, I think, to one more rate cut. But, JP, you think the market's freaked out because of the possibility of a rate hike if inflation continues to go up and all this uncertainty and the oil prices and this and that? You think that's kind of why Bitcoin down?
That, among other things. So let's look at that there. What's new there? What's new information for traders? I would say probably the pause. The pause.
Yeah, we all know their talking point of 2%.
Yeah.
Right? High energy will push inflation up. People expected that. But yeah, I mean, number 5, right? Yeah. Last year's rate cuts bring rates to plausible estimates of neutral. Meaning, again, hey, we cut rates last year. We're good where we're at.
Yeah.
And so rate pause. Let's see what the CME thinks. Let's pull up CME group here. Next FOMC meeting is in 41 days on April 29th. And already we're at 94% seeing a pause.
Yeah.
With 6.2% believing we're going to see a rate hike. Very interesting there. And then let's take a look. Let's take a look at the end of December. I mean, the majority think through the end of the year, we're going to stay at where we're at. So everyone was expecting rate cuts. Now, we do have a new FOMC chair coming in. But at the end of the day, guys, it's not one person making a decision. It is a Federal Open Market Committee. It's like the Supreme Court of Fed rates, right? So they all get a vote. But obviously, the chair has a little more sway, you can say. He's already got one, Trump, when I say he, already has one kind of loyalist, serving as a federal governor or a board member. And so I think Marin or something, Marin. He's been voting to cut rates. You're going to get the new Fed chair, who assumingly will vote to cut rates. So we'll see what happens, but a lot of indecision. And you take a look at the crypto bubbles here. A lot of red on the day. Only a few are in the green. Quant is in the green. Caspa's barely in the green. The rest of them, I don't know. Pi, Stable, JST. What is that? Probably a Justin.
That's a Justin Sun, one of those Tron ecosystem.
Why does everything have to be named after him?
Yeah. He's definitely one of those ego guys, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe a little narcissist.
Egomaniac. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. But then a lot of red guys. Tau is down 7%. Hyperliquid down 7%. Siren is down 8.3%. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and take a peek at Bitcoin. JP, if you don't mind, what are we seeing here? And is 70K the new big resistance zone that we're going to have to, that Bitcoin's going to have to get above?
Well, let's take a look on the 1 minute chart I'm looking at here. Looks a bit choppy, right? Bit choppy. We tried to dump. We came right back up. Let's go up a time frame. 5 minute. Looks like bearish consolidation. That's a descender there. Descending triangle. Even a bear flag, a bear flag, descending triangle vibes here. Bearish, nonetheless. Let's go on up some time frames. 30 minute. 30 minute. Looks like a fallen knife. It's coming down. Stokes a high. Money flow is coming out consistently. Looks pretty bearish overall. I would like to, but I do caution about getting too bearish as we reach key levels, and I'll show you why in a moment. Let's look at the liquidity chart. All right, 5 minute liquidity chart. Now, we've been looking at this for days, all the built up liquidity to the downside, all the way to 66,000. We took a big chunk of it. We took about half of it so far. We still got some to go. 66,900 is our break. And you see a pattern here. We dump, we retrace to resistance, we dump again, take more liquidity. We retrace to resistance, we fake up, we dump, more liquidity. Up to resistance again, and then take more liquidity. And what are we doing right now? Coming up to resistance. Odds are we go take more liquidity. So, we have that liquidity down to 66,000. Now, why I caution getting too bearish as we reach 66,000 is that, we will kind of, reach that gap in liquidity. And I also want to look at some of the larger time frames to put this in context whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the Discord, but once again, guys, I have the Zen Trading Zone channel in our Discord. The link is in the description of the video. And I wrote a book last night, man. I did an entire top-down analysis. I just felt like I needed to just reassess everything, where we are in the market and what we potentially see or expect. So I won't go through it all. I'm not going to read it all, but I will just kind of give you a glance. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready, bro.
All right, let's see. All right, yeah, it's highly fresh top-down analysis on Bitcoin. I started all the way on the monthly and went down to the 1 minute time frame. So here's the monthly here, and I pulled a fib from the bottom of the previous bear market to the top of the previous bull market, which we just exited. And we are, as of last night, was exactly at the 50% line, of that fib range. So interesting, right? Interesting. There's a 618 level and a 786. Just showing where we are in terms of things. Stokes low, money flow technically in the green, although we don't have too much data on that. Let's go to another time frame. But actually, wait, before we leave the monthly, I wanted to show this important level of 67,900. That was the top of the bull market, the previous bull market, and is also pretty much where we are now, a SR flip zone. It was previous resistance, now is acting as somewhat support for now. So very key level, 67,900. Just keep that in mind. Then I went down to the weekly, and I showed our weekly chart. And there's a very important level, another key level, which was our April low of last year. We went down to 74,600. That was after Trump announced the tariffs, and we saw the major downturn, and people were calling for the bear market then. To me, that was is a very major macro level, and actually it's the level that confirmed the bear market for me.
Okay.
I was very late in calling the bear market because I saw this as a macro support. That is the low that we needed to break.
You weren't as late as Robin, I'll tell you that.
He still hasn't accepted it, huh? Yeah. So I call that, the line in the sand, the April low. And funny enough, look at this chart. Oh, wow. Nice. I can zoom. Look at this chart. It's somewhat where we got rejected from, right? Remember, this is yesterday data. We got rejected around 74,000 level, that April low line in the sand. And then I also want to point out this bullish engulfing candle that we had here, this big green candle on the weekly. And, this gave people some hope, all right?
That's even a little bit of a Morningstar pattern there, kind of.
Yeah, I see that. The doji at the bottom, right? Doji, yeah, plus that, yes. So this is what gave people some hope of a bounce right now, right? And I'm saying, okay, maybe it could be hope, but I drew this box, which gave me a 50% line. Like you, Dave, I like the 50%. Yeah. You know, so I'm saying probability wise, if we stay above the 50%, we could see higher prices. If we go below the 50%, we could see lower prices. And what was this price level? I promise you, I didn't plan this, but it happens to be 69,420.
Okay, bro, you didn't plan it. All right, man. Nice try there, guy.
It's exactly 69,420. I swear. Legendary God King as my witness. But yeah, so remember that level, and that comes up in smaller time frames. I'm gonna run through this very quickly. We go down to the daily. I think this is important stuff because a lot of people don't know where we're going right now.
Talk to me, man.
So
take your time.
This is the daily time frame. Check it out. Looks like
real quick, JP, before you move on. So on the weekly, you're saying if we can bounce off of 69,420, we can see higher prices. If we close below, and I'm assuming on a weekly time frame, then we're probably going to see lower. Is that kind of
probability wise? Yes. Okay, cool. Yes. Cool. Important level, important local level for us to be bullish or bearish, I believe. Okay. So let's go ahead and look down. Daily time frame. There's that price again, 69,420, and it looks like a bear flag, right? But it has like kind of a rounded bottom. I like rounded bottoms. And absolutely. And we do have a liquidation wick, that big liquidation wick down there that, you know, kind of gave us some support and strength in the short term. And once again, that level, that April 2025 low, line in the sand above us, around 74,000. So this is where we are now. This could still be bullish if we bounce off of that rounded bottom trend line and remain above the 69,420. But it also looks like we got rejected from the top of the pattern, right? Very mixed signals here. You see the red dot on the daily. You see the bearish divergence. It looks horrible. Honestly, this looks very bearish compared to the weekly and the monthly. Yeah. High time frames, bullish. This is the first time frame of very bearishness when you kind of zoom in. Okay, let's also important to point out that we did have some major bullish divergence here. This is on a daily zoomed in, but it may have already played out. That is what brought us to the top of the pattern. Okay, keep on going down. Let's bring us to a 10-hour time frame. Once again, same levels. Look above us, the April 2025 low, line in the sand, major resistance. There's your 69,420 right there. And our POC at a range at 67,956. A value area low of 63,471. What do we see here? Just pretty much rejection from the value area high, like a great place for a short up there, right? This is the range, either this or the 4 hours, what I was looking at. So I marked these levels using the 10-hour, but then when you go to the 4 hour, the very next chart, so this is the 4 hour time frame, but using the 10-hour levels, I kind of like this. I like these higher time frame trades. I like this level. I mean, this range. The only thing is, like, it would have been a great short up here. I'm either gonna wait to long the value area low, or see what happens at this POC and 69,420 level, which is interesting. We have been bouncing from the 69,420 since yesterday. I would love to take a look at that on the smaller time frames.
We're almost there right now.
And what are we at right now?
69.5.
You see, that's really close.
So
right above
JP,
it. Okay.
JP is, if that's such a strong level, should we be looking along there like right now?
That's a bit aggressive.
Okay.
A bit risky. And then as I went down in time frames yesterday, it got more and more bearish. I looked at the 30-minute time frame and check this out. I said, man, look at that big drop. You have the bearish consolidation, the descending triangle. And I said, hey, man, like, you know, this is a setup right here. You know, that's a short. That played out for the most part. I said this looks like it could be shorted all the way down to the value area low or the POC at minimum. You know, not financial advice, but just, you know, stating what I objectively see here. And then the 30-minute zoomed in right there, pretty bearish all last night. 5-minute last night, same thing, very bearish. That all played out. That all dumped. We've now been like kind of bouncing. But here's the liquidity levels. We took in about half of that so far. And then check out the daily. This is the daily liquidity chart. So this is what kind of makes me still bullish on the big time frames, but bearish on the small time frames, because all of this liquidity above us, all the way up to $155,000 Bitcoin, you know, the big picture looks okay still. The small picture, if you want to get paid right now, it looks like the way to go is short scalps.
Huh.
Yeah.
So here's my question, right? And just real quick, on the 30-minute, I know you pulled those charts yesterday.
Yep, let's look.
We do have some bull div here on the 30-minute time frame.
Yep.
We've also had a couple of those yellow manipulation X's. Big dumps after. Could we be forming a bottom? You know, I like, you know me, JP, I like to look at volume. Let's look at volume. Volume is dropping on the moves down. Peak, lower, 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 and down there is lower, right? Let's look at volume on the way up. Right, we had higher, higher. Volume has dropped on the 30-minute, but we are seeing a little bit of consolidation here. But again, this is upward. I look at it as bearish consolidation. But we do have some hope here on the 30-minute with some potential bullish divergence. We take a look at market cipher B. We got momentum waves creeping back up. Money flow made a sharp U-turn, right? Stokes and momentum looks fine. And the VWAP looks like it's expanding with no, I mean, if we zoom in, you can tell if it's starting to clip and it's not. Right? I mean, that's about as sharp as a vertical as you can get. Right? So there you go. So those are all good signs. But the question then becomes, if you are going to get into long, because the trend is obviously down. So if you're going to fight the trend, have a very clear and defined, not too greedy level to take your profit. Looking at the chart, if I were to get into a long at, let's say, $69,420,
hey,
I would be targeting my VWAP upper band, which is where price was consolidating before it had its dump. And I would have a very tight stop loss, maybe below the wick low here from the 30-minute session at 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's almost a 3-to-1 trade setup. Or you can do the reverse and you can short the VWAP and give yourself more room to run to the upside or to the downside. And my stop loss, I would probably put it right there. Above the VWAP, above the sort of consolidation area, not quite above this level here. If you really wanted to, you can drag it. You just have to, you know, make sure you have a healthy level for a TP. And with that, you know, maybe you can visit, let's go to the 1 hour. Let's see some levels we can find below us. We have a pretty large volume area here at 67.2. So we can argue that could be a good level. Let's go ahead and draw that down, 67.2. That's a 3-to-1 trade setup on a short. But even then, I mean, is that enough, right? Is that enough of profit or another level if I'm just briefly looking, right? You know, you can argue that level right there. Let's make it that color. And if we zoom out, we can see, no, there's been a pretty important level, right? Bounce, 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 right? We fell through, came up, right? A little bit of inverse head and shoulders, little consolidation.
Okay.
Bounce, 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 bounce.
Bounce, baby, bounce.
I feel like R. Kelly sings a song. Bounce, 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 bounce.
Hey,
it's like murder.
maybe there was a song in there somewhere.
Get you out the club.
Careful, you don't want to get canceled, man.
Oh yeah, R. Kelly. Yeah, he peed on people. What a weirdo. You know what I've always thought? Like, people, when you have so much money, that like you've bought your airplanes and your yachts, you're like trying to figure out what to spend your money on. You just like illegal shit, right?
You just get bored, man.
Yeah, you do some weird freaky
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
I make a pledge and promise. If I ever become that wealthy, I will not go down that road. I promise. So this would be a 4.5-to-1 trade setup, JP. So this would be, and let me know
short,
what you, yeah, on a short, shorting the VWAP upper band at 70.5K, stop loss at 71,650, take profit sitting at 65.5.
Okay.
So this is a trade. This
I like
is
it.
not necessarily a classic David trade because David likes to get in and get out. But for those of you that like to trade and stay in your trades a little longer than 30 minutes or an hour, this might be a decent trade setup, but it's not something that I feel comfortable just throwing a limit order in and forgetting about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think about that setup there, JP? And yeah.
Well, it's going with the trend, and you're right into the end of the liquidity zone. So I like it. You're not fighting the trend. Look at all those yellow X's.
Which should mean there's a bottom that's close.
Yeah, I'll be worried. So yeah, I would look for. So a lower high could come though. Look how nasty that money flow is on that chart. All right, you pointed that out.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to come up, but
yeah,
it's got pretty deep in the red, man. We haven't gotten this deep since March 7th. Okay, and where was price on March 7th? We were down around 66.8.
So what I'm seeing is the shorts are paying, but you want to enter at resistance. As soon as we get to resistance, as soon as we start looking a hint of bullish at resistance, short.
Or long river.
Exactly. The inverse of Bitcoin.
Yeah. I want to do something cool today. We got someone sent in a portfolio they want us to rate. So
cool. That. Let's do it.
They'll remain anonymous. Also, I want to get the chat involved today. If there's anything you want us to take a look at, myself or JP, please throw it in the chat. We're more than happy to do so. Whether you're already in a trade and you want a second objective opinion, right? Because we don't tell people what to do. We just say, hey, this is what we see. This is what I would do, right? Yeah. And then there was a couple comments I wanted to highlight. I want to give first of all, a big shout out to our community for showing up. Thank you guys very much. Also, a big thank you to the mods. Peaksy Poo said, yeah, I'm in all stable coins. This year is cooked. I think for the most part, I think the dude is right.
Having dry powder is a great thing.
Yeah. Flatsmack said, I'm thinking about picking up some meme coins before they take off again. I don't want to miss out. Yeah, obviously, it's your money. You do what you want. But for me, when I look at solid A1 projects, tier 1 projects that are at heavy discounts, I'm eyeing those more than I'm eyeing meme coins at this current time. But hey, to each their own. And then Eric said, great work, guys. Really useful analysis. Thank you very much. And then Janet's Papa is in here as well. And so, yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and rate this portfolio.
Okay. Let's take a look.
I'm going to keep this person anonymous. If they want to dox themselves, they can, but I will not dox them. There's no dollar amount. Well, I guess there's a little bit of a dollar amount. But go ahead, let's go pull this up. So he said, what do you think about my portfolio? Okay. And this is what it looks like. Looks pretty even, okay? 8% in Curve, 8% in Arbitrum, 8% in Algorand, a little less than 8% on Ondo. Walrus, which is a SWE ecosystem play.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
SXT, not sure what it is.
I don't know about it. Yeah, I can go to CoinMarketCap.
JP, if you don't mind. Basic Attention Token, GRT, and others, which include, Laura, can we cut away from my PC real quick? Because I got to pull up the actual post. Yeah, please don't show this, because if we do, then it's going to show who the person is. But I just want to refer back, because I think there's a little more info that I missed.
Yeah. So SXT is Space and Time.
No idea what that is.
It's the Microsoft-backed blockchain for ZK proven data, powered by proof of SQL.
24 million market cap. That's pretty low. I mean,
yeah, this is it almost seems like this is like a alt mix moonbag portfolio. I would like to see was there any major top 10 coins in there? Top 20?
We got Pith. We got Deepbook, which is also another.
Okay, there we go. That's what I need to see. Okay, well, can we see?
You're good. We're good, Laura. Which is also another sweet ecosystem.
Yeah, can we see this again? Okay, here.
Polygon, Myota. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm really not a big fan of this portfolio.
Super risky, heavy alt, heavy speculative. A very bad time to have this as your portfolio. Honestly, maybe in the long term, in 2 years, maybe.
My biggest concern is you got 8% allocation to 2 ETH L2s.
Yeah.
Which their tokens, I mean, Optimism has a super chain. Arbitrum, their token does nothing, essentially. And Vitalik came out and pretty much said L2s suck and L2s are dead. So you got 2 of those.
Yeah.
I like Curve. I like Ondo. I don't know. Like, why do you have Deep Book and Walrus but not SWI? Right?
Agreed, yeah.
Why do you have Algorand and not Solana or ETH?
Good point.
Or fuck, I mean, you have no AI in here. I really like Polygon, actually, depending on your cost basis. Graph, get rid of it. Basic attention token, I would get rid of it if this was my portfolio. I'd keep Curve, I'd keep Ondo. Here's what I would keep, okay? Polygon, Curve, Ondo. That's it. That's all I would keep out of these.
I like Polygon. I guess I like Walls. Extremely speculative. Very risky. There's no Bitcoin. There's no Solana. There's no stable coins. You want a lot. You want stable coins right now in your portfolio.
Yeah, I mean, he does.
Which one is it? What is it? Oh, look, you can't even see it. Okay.
So, objectively speaking, and I'm just giving you my honest opinion, my friend, and I hope you don't, like get offended or upset with this. But
what do you rate it?
I would give this a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm about a 2. Yeah, 2 to 3.
I would totally get rid of Arbitrum and Optimism, and if you really like the ETH play, just buy ETH, bro. It's like under $2,000. Okay, dump Algorand, put Solana in there.
How about AVAX?
Get rid of Deep Book and Walrus, throw SWI in there. I'm not AVAX. GRT and BET, throw some AI in there. Get BitTensor in there. Maybe get Virtuals Protocol or maybe a smaller cap one. Myota, I don't know too much about it, so I'm not going to sit here and shit on it or say SXT, I don't know much about it, so again, I'm not going to give my opinion because maybe we've done research and, Microsoft back, and so I don't know, so I'm not going to give my opinion on that. And Pith, replace that with Chainlink, man. Chainlink is under $10. That's what I would do if this was my portfolio. So I'm sorry, but I give this I'd probably give it a 2.5 out of 10.
Man.
You give it a 2 out of 10?
Yeah, about a 2 out of 10, yeah.
Yeah. Guys, if you want us to rate your portfolio, you can DM us on X at Sin City Crypto. And we'll keep you anonymous if that's what you want. And then we'll just give our thoughts on it. And it'll be kind of fun. And you can kind of see where our heads are at. Now, JP, I would like you, if you don't mind, I'd like you to pick one of those coins that are listed on there and maybe show me a trade setup or maybe what price action is looking like.
Okay. What did we like there?
Ondo, maybe?
Okay, I like Ondo.
Polygon?
Honestly, Ondo might have been one of the best ones there.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not
that probably is the best
mistaken,
one there.
Ondo Finance, they have a lot of RWA going on.
That's their thing, man.
Yeah.
And they work, I believe they work directly with BlackRock.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let's do Ondo.
Also, while JP's doing that, I want the chat to also rate the portfolio. What would you guys rate the portfolio out of 10? I give it a 2.5. JP gives it a 2. Let us know what you think about the portfolio, and then I'll highlight some of the comments. Go ahead, JP.
All right. Well, I'm assuming you want a short-term setup. Whoa.
Whatever you see, or if there's no setup, JP, maybe some levels.
Jesus.
That's tough, man.
Can it go any lower?
Low.
If this is, how is this not the end of the bear market?
For Ondo, maybe.
Oh man, let's 4-hour time frame, man. Sheesh. Okay.
Legendary God King said -7. My dude broke the scale. Come on, bro.
Okay. 4-hour. I'm just trying to get a vibe for it real quick. You know,
good, man.
Here we go.
You know what? I honestly like putting traders on the spot a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I like the people watching to see their like A to Z analysis and kind of their thought process.
Yep.
Because anyone can like be off camera, use ChatGPT or some bullshit fucking AI and just have it keep spit out a setup for you. And you won't know any different, right? But when you're doing it live, you get to see the person's thought process. So I think I like that.
Absolutely. I actually love doing live technical analysis. Yeah. I love it. Let's take a look. So we're pretty much in free fall on the 1 hour.
My man sounds hopeful.
On the 1 hour time frame. But you know what? There may be a setup brewing because you get so bearish that you eventually get bullish. You know, that's how these cycles work. So, head and shoulders here, just like everything else that played out. Head and shoulder, double top. That's the entire measured move for that head and shoulders coming on down. Okay, and then we You lost to 200 on the 1 hour. You flagged up and you dumped some more. That looks like the entire length of the pole. And I got these silly dotted trend lines right now. Let me fix that. We don't want to dot it. I made that for my 69,420 level. Let's do it. There we go. Nice regular line. Perfect. Okay, let's measure this move. So the thing is, all these bearish moves are playing out. I just want to see now. Okay. So that played out completely. So the way I look at this, you know, this chart that we're looking at right now, every move has played out. So we're kind of at, you know, at a 0 point. You know, where do we go from here? You know,
My dude said 0 point.
we had status 0, not price 0,
Ground zero.
but just, you know, anything can happen from this point. So let's look at previous resistance. Yeah, obviously, there's some support here. So maybe there could be a potential long soon. There's support there. There's support here. I'll call out these levels for you. Ondo, we add a support zone right now at 25 cents. That's 25.3. And then the next level down is 24.4. That's 24 cents. And what is beyond that? Next level is 23. Let me.
You got to go to the 1 minute to find more levels below.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find a shorter term setup. But I mean, man, you really gonna long Ondo today? You know, I would look at this more so as an investment. I like what Ondo is doing once again with the RWA. They have Circle, they have Amazon, they have the Nasdaq. You know, on I've seen them on exchanges, the Ondo charts, and they go 24/7. You know, not all our RWAs and tokenized stocks go 24/7.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure these Ondo ones do because I was trading some of them. So basically, a lot of bearish moves has played out here. So, I mean, are you really going to get bearish at support after like 3 huge bearish moves? I wouldn't. So let's go into a small time frame, 5 minute. Ondo. Do we have some bull div going on here? We do. Got some bullish divergence. You got somewhat of an inverted head and shoulder coming here. You do have a little bit of bear div as well. Red dot on market cipher B. You know, this can dump if Bitcoin wants to take the rest of that liquidity. So let's see. High risk trade. Do we want to go as low as the 1 minute?
Bro, go as low as 1 second.
1 minute. Look, it got above the 200 MA. That's a critical level.
Bullish div.
You have major bullish div. You have a double golden cross inbound. So let's give you a high risk setup. Everything is high risk right now.
I'm just going to go ahead and do it, man.
Everything is high risk.
I'm going to follow exactly what you say.
Okay.
So we're on Ondo, yeah?
Yeah, Ondo.
Okay.
So entry at the 200 MA, which is 25,532, somewhere around there. It's basically down, but you could put a limit order and kind of, you know, right next to price. And then, so the conservative stop would be under this just previous low. Now, this is a high probability of getting stopped out quickly, so don't risk too much. 25,423. 25,423 on the stop loss. And take profit will be at 25,914. Super high risk right there. And if anyone else wanted to do this, not financial advice, if you wanted to do it for fun, here's a deeper stop loss if you prefer to a higher probability of not getting stopped out and maybe a higher probability of winning. Maybe you the slightly bigger trade would be same entry, right at that 200 MA, around 25.5, right around now, right where price action is now. Stop loss at the lowest low, that would be 25.25. And take profit all the way up at 26,362. I would be more willing to do that trade for me personally. Maybe I'll do it for fun.
What's the stop loss?
On this bigger one is 25.25. It's 25 cents and 25.
Okay.
You got the take profit and everything?
I got TP at 25.90.
Okay. Once again, Bitcoin moves down, high likelihood of losing the trade. But if Bitcoin wants to bounce from our 69,420 support,
take a look at this.
may win.
So this is here's a trade. It looks like a little bit more than a 3-to-1 trade.
Yeah. Yen?
I didn't know. I did move the limit order down. I mean, it's 0.007 away from hitting. So not too far. We're on the 1 minute. I got my entry at 25.42.
Okay.
You think it'll fill?
I don't know.
We have our I think this is our 9-day MA here. I'll just move it up there. 25.46.
Okay. That looks good.
Take profit 25.90, stop loss 25.25.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Limit order set. We'll see what happens.
We're trading Nando.
We're trading Nando.
Look, your boy Rex is in the chat. That's my bro who got wrecked by River as well. Yeah, like River wreck bros.
The River Wrecker. The River Wrecker. Also, I want to give
brothers
wrecked by the river, man. I want to give a shout out to Blockchain Basement. They're in here.
Hey.
Shout out to those guys. What's up, brother? $10 says it's my boy Drew. Okay, so we had a few people comment on the portfolio there. Flatsmack said my portfolio is mostly Bitcoin and stables. Nothing wrong with that. Louis Varela said Ondo is good. He also said Filecoin. Teresa said Link got me itching like a crackhead. Start calling you Dave Chappelle. Mark Pelra said Pith is the best one he has.
Oh, look at Bitcoin.
Are we pumping?
We're flagging above the 1 minute. Touching the 21. I like it. A little bit of bear divs. So what do you think about when we have bear div on the stochastic but not on market cipher? You put any weight to that? Which one do you trust more?
That's a good question, man. I don't know if I want to answer that.
But it looks bullish right now, and it's very short term.
What do you go with? I'm going to throw that question right back.
I like market cipher a little bit better. You know what I added? The regular RSI more recently, because this I think it gives like a larger, a bigger perspective of where you are with price, because sometimes the stochastic is reset,
right? But
the regular RSI isn't. And look at this. This may be a more accurate bear div. So it's not bear div. I don't think that's bear div. This is slightly higher, right there. Yeah. So both market cipher B and the regular RSI.
So the tiebreaker.
Yeah. So 2 to 1 there.
Okay.
Bitcoin looks bullish, but once again, didn't we say that's where you're short? Once we start looking good. But I don't know if we have resistance or not, but I mean, that looks good on the 1 minute. 1 minute hasn't been very trustworthy.
Yeah.
Recently. Like, look at this right here earlier. That looked bullish at the time.
Yeah, that double blood diamond should have told you everything.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Let's see if that prints this time. Okay.
I mean, bull flag break up.
Yeah, bull flag.
Are we breaking up?
We'll see. Money flow increasing. Green dot.
Legendary God King, he rated the portfolio -7. Teresa rated it a 3. Rusty said he likes to rate my portfolio. If you guys submit him, we'll rate him. Teresa also thinks we're going to range until Monday.
Okay.
Rex said inverse and lagging. And Blockchain Basement said they vote market cipher on who to put more weight on.
I like market cipher.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
How can you not? We were talking about, JP, we were talking about Ondo, and I just pulled up the RWA, excuse me. What are the networks? There's no way. Okay. So we have distributed RWA L1s, well, not L1s, but just, networks. Mm-hmm. ETH still number 1. Market share has come down considerably because market share was over 70%. It's at 56.5. BNB at number 2. Very interesting. Polygon. Everything is down on market share except for BNB.
So is this network. Everything that hosts RWA ranked? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, distributed. If you go all, it changes a little. Distributed and represented. So it tells you, right?
Distributed. What's the difference?
Distributed. So RWA tokens using the blockchain as a distributed layer, enabling on-chain investors to subscribe, hold, and manage assets directly through their own wallets or custodians.
Okay.
Represented is RWAs that are using the blockchain as record keeping, enhancing transparency, reconciliation, and operational efficiency without enabling on-chain investor transfer.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
And Canton is number one.
So one might be like real estate RWA or something like that,
90%?
For Ondo? For what is that for?
Canton. Holy
Okay.
shit. 95% on represented?
I like this. What are you using here?
This is rwa.xyz.
I like that.
And then you can go to the left here and you can sort it out by stable coins, treasuries, credit, stock.
That reminds me of like a DeFi llama type of
a little
deal.
bit, yeah. Here's real estate. I thought I have an account with these guys.
RWA. Yeah, I got to add that to my toolkit here.
All right, I got to sign in to see it, but yeah, my under trade has not filled up yet, by the way. Yeah, this thing now it kind of looks like a bear flag. It's the 1 minute.
Let's take a look. Oh, this is Bitcoin. Undo. But
1 minute.
But I mean, a breakout looks like a bear flag before it breaks out, right? Sometimes, I don't know. Until you lose the 200, I wouldn't be too worried. But also wouldn't be surprised if this go ahead and dump on us.
Yeah, nothing surprised me at this point, bro.
Literally
nothing. Do not Google bear flag. It's not what you think.
Uh-oh. Is that show friendly? Who's
no idea what that is. Someone wanted us to take a look at Venice Triple V. You want to take a look at that?
Sure. Hear me? I'm really looking up bear flag here. It's some type
Don't
of.
get us canceled, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't.
Just kidding.
Okay. Okay. Here it is. Got it already here. Venice on the 1 minute, doing exactly what Bitcoin and Ondo wants to do here. You got bull flag, breakout, bull flag, breakout. Let's zoom out on the time frames. 5 minute. We're flirting with a change in character here. I like the double bottom W pattern. I like it. You can even imagine an Adam and Eve. Looks like some type of reversal pattern here. 15 minute. Same thing. Just zoomed out. Look at those X's. Yeah, those manipulation X's everywhere on Market Cypher B. 30 minute. 30 minute looks like a bear flag. 1 hour looks horrible.
Is there any bullish div there on the 1 hour?
Oh, let's see. Bullish div. Yeah, slightly, yeah. Slightly. I wouldn't say it's strong.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
No bull div. Okay.
On the regular RSI, slightly, maybe. But no, yeah, Market Cypher, yeah, not much. I wouldn't consider it. But what I would consider is this resistance level right here that it could get rejected from right now. Just, kind of SR flip and reverse and come on down. And if you're interested from an investment standpoint, look from the big time frames. Wow. Like one of the few charts in like an actual like weekly uptrend. You see that?
Yeah.
Venice? Nice.
Baby blood diamond though.
Those are bull flags, man. Bull flag, breakout, bull flag, breakout, bull flag, breakout. Look at those high time frame bear divs though that didn't even play out. Is that the ultimate short? Should we just short this thing on a huge time frame? You see that?
Yeah. You think they're lagging?
Slightly, yeah, but I believe it. Look at it. I mean, why is it that high when the whole market is dumping? RSI is just extremely overbought, and bearish divergence on a huge time frame, I feel like is one of the most like accurate signals you can find. You know, that's what would have gave us heads up to the incoming bear market for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know, the bearish divergence on the weekly, daily bearish divergence, or bullish divergence. Those are some of the biggest signs that you can see for a trend reversal. So, I mean, technical uptrend, at least from here on the weekly, but I see those bearish signs there. So it could come down huge if Bitcoin goes lower.
Here's my thing, though. Do we want to try to front run that?
Front run the dump?
Yeah.
If you're feeling speculative enough, sure, why not? I'm not doing it, but here is how you would do it. Maybe you just maybe use this wick. I don't know. You take it on down. I mean, if it dumps, it's going to go all the way down. This risk reward looks horrible. You might want to use the smaller time frames for entry. Let me see. Maybe if I stretch it out on the Zoom level, it'll give me a better risk reward ratio. Oh, man. Okay, maybe you just wait for it to go higher. Maybe it goes higher and you get a better entry and then go down. I don't know. But yeah, that doesn't look too good. 1.6.
I don't think it's going below $2-3, man.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it doesn't look too great there for a short. What if you did like an 8-hour time frame short? What if you just took it down to like this previous level, like 358? And what if you just called this a double top, right? Looks like a double top. You measured the move. Bring it down somewhere around this zone. That kind of lines up with this support. Maybe you short that with a tight stop. Maybe you get your short tool. Maybe you enter somewhere around the neckline or on a retest if you want to be really safe. And maybe you just kind of use like a previous candle, like a previous candle wick. That gives you more like a 3-to-1. Yeah, you just use that. What do you think? 3-to-1, something like that?
I would try to get a better entry, man. I would try to, if it bounces up to your, what is that, your 200 MA up there, the white one?
The white one is my 21.
That's probably where I try to get into a short. What is that, $6?
So let's see. Okay, so you could extend your stop loss higher.
That's what I would do.
Use that. We kind of like fake pump up. Oh, Bitcoin's coming back. Nope. Get into an entry around there. That would be $5.97. That's $5.97. And let's see what that'll give you. So now you're working with like a 4-to-1.
It's pretty solid.
Or you can even go tighter, you know, go tighter and get like a 8-to-1.
I like that better.
I like that.
8-to-1 on the 8-hour, bro. It's meant to be.
Not bad.
Yeah.
But also just keep in mind, I mean, if you did that, you would basically come back up. All right, something like that. What would that look like now? It looks shortable. That's what it looks like. It looks shortable.
Actually, yeah, man. That would be what, a descendant triangle?
It would be, yeah. It would be a descendant triangle, yeah.
There's not enough length on the pole for it to be a flag, I don't think.
Yeah, we're like,
maybe.
So depending, actually, if this keeps falling like this could become somewhat of a descending triangle, what could be pretty bullish, actually.
And a big break to the upside?
And break to the upside, yeah. But at that point, I mean, that's kind of what you're playing. You're kind of playing, you get out at the bottom of the descending triangle, you know? Get out at the bottom, and then when you get out, or just hit the reverse button and take that thing up, all right?
That reverse button's so good. Actually, it's not very good.
At all.
Actually, I'm indifferent. I've used it a couple times, whatever. All right. Early Bird said, we're cooked again. Legendary God King said, do Pippin for me as a joke. This is one I was trading.
That's a joke.
I made a little bit of money on Pippin.
Pippin.
Trading it, yeah.
You want to do it?
Yeah, this thing's at 70 cents. Or this thing was at 70 cents.
Jesus.
Yeah, bro. This thing was at 90 cents less than a month ago. Just a massive, massive dumper here.
It's a classic meme coin for you.
Yeah. Let's take a look here. Any
Sheesh.
patterns that we see? This was obviously a bear flag that played out beautifully. This one looks like it's rounding out a little more, right? Could we see a more of a rounded bottom than another potential bear flag here?
Yeah, a little short term.
What we can
we'll move
do
up.
is let's first take our fib from the top, make it drop. That's a really bad price action. Sorry, that was really bad. Okay, so from the Pico top to the Pico bottom right now, if it sustains, just looking at some levels, trying to find some confluence. Nothing really. I guess the 50 is not bad, right? Let me drop a horizontal on top of the 50, right? And you can see here. Let me hide this out real quick. You can see there, this has been a pretty important level. Wick rejection, close rejection, wick rejection, essentially. Consolidate before we move up. And then we moved all the way through that zone. So that level would be 50 cents, okay? So that is from the very top of the range to the very bottom of the range, currently as price sits. Now, to get it more accurate, right now, we just take the top and put it to where the big dump started. And now you're looking, do we have any confluence here? Let's get rid of this level. And let's stretch this out. Let's maybe go down to the 4 hour. Get rid of that. 4 hour does look like it's rounding. Is there any bull div? No, there's bear div. Ugh. Hidden bearish divergence. On these Stokes, money flow is continuing to expand to the downside. These are little mini flags here on the 4 hour, right? Could this see a dump?
Pippin.
And then since I have the fib pulled up here, let me go ahead and adjust this down to the exact bottom. Trying to find any potential confluence here on our levels. The 236 is a good level, right? This is where consolidation happened around this area. Also, we have a large volume node up here as well. We wicked down here, and then we had that massive rally, right? So that was a level that we had a little pit stop, consolidation pit stop, massive rally into an M. Bear flag, broke to the downside, played out perfectly. So that would be the level that I'd be potentially looking to short if this remains, right? We got hidden bearish divergence on the 4 hour. We can take a look at some of the other time frames. Let's go ahead and pull up our short tool. If you get in a short at your 236 level on a retest, you have your stop above the last kind of flag portion of your bear flag.
Okay.
And then where are we going to take this thing down to? Here?
To zero.
To zero. 4.29 to 1 trade setup. That's what I'd be looking at doing. But like, you can run into a scenario where you see shit like this. This is a 50% daily candle, 43% daily candle, followed by a 25%. You know what I'm saying? So if this thing decides to move, you can get caught, and just pray you have a stop loss. But right now, with the way the chart, I would be looking for a short entry at around 15.71, stop loss at 18.67. Take profit at 2 cents. Ooh, that would be rough. Those are the levels, 2 cents.
2 cents.
We looked at the daily. We looked at the 4 hour. Let's look at the 1 hour here. Bear div on the 1 hour too. It just doesn't. I mean, this thing just looks pretty ugly, man. Oh, look, more bearish divergence on the 2 hour. That's hidden bear div there. Could this be a mini M? That was so bad.
There's an M. It already broke down, played out though.
Or we could be flagging right now.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It's like an upside down W with the handle.
Yeah, and this would take it to the downside, and that measured move. would be around 8.4 cents. So if we adjust this up to the measured move, what does that trade look like now? That's a 2 to 3 or 2.3 to 1 trade setup. If we move our stop down, I mean, you'd have to have a pretty tight stop. Let's go ahead and let's get this above this high volume area. That's a 3.5 to 1. That's not bad. So this would be a shorter time frame, 15.791 entry. Stop loss at 17.878. TP at 8.425 cents. That's what I'd be eyeing. But anyways. All right. That's all we got for the show today. Anything else you want to add, JP, to the people watching before we flip down?
No, we appreciate your viewership. Smash the likes and check out the Discord. Once again, the Zen Trading Zone. You know, it's not necessarily signals, but I have a lot of good setups and not setups, but just analysis, good technical analysis. If you're just wondering where Bitcoin is going right now. So
yeah, it's good stuff, man, and it's and you don't got to pay for it. Our Discord right now is free.
It's free.
So go join. There's a link in the description. Also, if you want to support the channel, you want to support all of us here, there's a link in the description if you want to trade with us on Bitunix. It really helps the channel out as well. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.